Welcome to another edition of Mission Matters here at Salem First Presbyterian Church. I'm Rob Thrasher, Minister of Discipleship and Mission. Today's guest is Julie Gertenrich, Regional Area Director of Young Life. Let's find out what she's been up to. Welcome, Julie. It's a delight to have you here with us and to hear about how life is going with you during these crazy, unique days that we find ourselves in.
Sure.
So first of all, what I'd like you to share is just a little bit about what it is that you do here in Salem, and maybe a little bit of your heart on why you're doing what you do.
Yeah. I am the Metro Director for Young Life here. We call it Mid-Valley Metro Young Life, which means that I supervise the ministry from Kaiser to Turner and over to West Salem. We hope to grow to Monmouth and Dallas, but that's where we're at right now. So Young Life is an organization that reaches out to students who don't necessarily know about Jesus, and we build bridges of friendship, and our hope is to introduce them to Jesus and help them grow in their faith.
Very good. I love the illustration of bridges.
Yeah.
It's a good way to cross divides, and to be a bridge builder is a really powerful tool, especially with teams. So thank you for doing what you do. One of my first questions that I want to dive into today is, so how are you doing? How are you and your loved ones doing during these days?
I'm probably like most people. Some days I'm fine, and other days I'm pulling my hair out. I feel like it's maybe every third or fourth day that I'm fine, and the other days are just foggy or frustrating. Our kids are home. Drew's home from high school. Online school is not great for kids. I mean, I'm super grateful that they have something, but it is hard. And then our two daughters are home from college, which is actually kind of fun. It's probably a silver lining. We play cards at night. We've gone on family walks. I mean, those things are beautiful. But the virus is still just like this life-sucking, draining energy thing that I feel pretty strongly about a little bit every day. I'm sure like everyone.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. I love that you have your girls back with you, and that you're having some great connection time. I think this great pause, it gives us a chance to do that, right?
Yeah.
So I like how you put it. That it's sort of this a beautiful thing in the midst of all this sort of chaos.
Yeah.
So that sort of it's a good segue into the next question, and that's, how has this pandemic impacted the work that you are doing with Young Life and teens?
Yeah, man, it has made it really challenging. Our ministry, while we have programs, it's highly relational. It's really just relationships with kids, and that's face to face. So not being able to, having a social distance and not being able to have any essential travel, it's been really tough. But I'm really proud of our leaders and our staff that are continuing to reach out to kids. We've had Instagram meetings, we've had Zoom meetings, Zoom clubs, Zoom small groups, you name it. Some of our student leaders have even, made little encouraging notes for younger kids that they are helping lead, and they'll go drop them off at their house on the front porch, kind of socially distanced. There's all kinds of good creativity and innovation that's happening. We did notice in the last few days that kids are not as excited to jump on a Zoom call. Everybody's kind of tired of everybody's got fatigue from the internet, including kids who are doing online stuff. And so one of the coolest things one of our leaders did, actually they did it last night. They did a drive-up club. The leaders got in their cars. This might not be essential, so I hope I'm not getting them in trouble, but they got in their cars. They worked all the addresses up of kids that they knew, and they drove up, called when they got there and said, come out, say hi. They did some games, socially distanced, with the family. It was really cool. They did that for like 4 hours driving through the neighborhood. And I think kids were really touched and had a great time with it. So yeah, we're trying to be creative and innovative. We got a big blow last week saying that, for, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 years, Young Life has been taking kids to camp at a property that's a Young Life property that's pretty amazing. And we were asked last week by national leadership to make alternate local plans. And so we're working on that. Camp is not canceled, but it's going to look a lot different. So actually have a meeting in a few minutes with the governor's office. They're giving guidelines for summer camping. So that's something you guys could be praying with us for, because so many things have been taken away from kids and all of us. There's been so much loss, and I don't want that summer experience to be one more thing on the list of lost. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Some
Yeah.
good things, but also some really, really tough things.
Can I share, is it possible to share my screen and show you some pictures of the Drive Up Club last night?
Oh, absolutely. Please do.
I have them right here. So these are kind of fun. They're not in any particular order, but here's a family out on the front porch saying hi. There's the 4 leaders that did the little parade in their car. They kind of pulled up.
That's a great shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that great? Pressure.
Yeah.
They pulled up kind of in order and did a game. Each car did a different game with kids, and then they dropped off a little, a little care package for the students. So socially distanced and safe, but pretty fun. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, not even a pandemic can stop relationships, so we're trying.
Yes, I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Relationships go on. Community happens.
Right.
I've been thinking about this a lot. The ability that we have to just navigate, and that love doesn't know boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. Love can be expressed in all kinds of variable ways, even when we isolate one from another as an act of love. But to be physically distant is so hard for teens, and to be able to at least see someone at like 10 feet away and know that they care about you, that's huge. So thank you so much that your team is doing that.
Yeah.
Our students really need that. So my last question is, what has God revealed, what is God revealing to you as you navigate these unique times in your life and in our world?
The word Sabbath comes to mind. Like I've been talking with a friend who's my committee chair for Young Life, and that's a word that we've been exchanging pretty frequently. It's like I know the virus is awful and people have lost their lives. So in that sense, it's not a Sabbath, but in terms of people just stopping for an extended period of time, the earth is having a rest. I'm still working, but there's still sense of rest. I mean, just there's like this forced sense of Sabbath on us, which for me has been hard because I'm not a good sitter. I tend to wrap up my worth and my identity in what I do, and being limited right now. Like yesterday was a bad day, kind of mentally and emotionally. I was just losing my mind, not thinking, what I don't even know what I can plan because I don't know what's allowed. I want to get busy on these plans for summer with kids, but there's so many things that are uncertain that I don't know. And it was just really bothering me. And I was kind of reflecting on that, like, what is that about? Why is that making me so crazy right now? And it dawned on me, that's if I can't do something, then it might mean I'm not worth much. I don't have value. I don't like to be incapacitated in this way. And it wasn't too long after that a friend stopped by with a gift for Young Life. And as I was reflecting on that and those two things together, it was like the Lord was saying, yeah, just sit on your bum, Julie. I've got this. I'm going to keep moving ministry forward, even with your limitations. As I was reflecting on that, I was like, stop it, Lord, just stop it. But, God is just so good and gracious and kind. And so, yeah, I'm learning that he's still at work, even when I'm limited. I mean, I know that, right? We all know that, but it's like knowing it and like right up in your face because you're living in it. So those are the things that are coming to mind. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah,
It's been a joy hearing a little bit of a glimpse into how you're doing, what you're doing, and how God is moving in and through your life. And thank you for your vulnerability. And we will most definitely be praying for you.
I appreciate that. We need it.
Yeah, so thank you for all you do.
Hey, Rob,
Mhm.
one thing I would ask for people that are praying specifically is there's a lot of kids on the margins who are in, I mean, home might not be a good place. And they're stuck there. And so just prayers for kids in our community who maybe don't have enough to eat, aren't in a good circumstance. Just pray for God's grace continuing to go forth to them, especially.
Absolutely. You can
Yeah,
count on it.
yeah. Thanks.